Let's talk about your marketplaces real quick, because we've got people here in Rhode Island that relocate all over, and some people may be heading to Utah. So I want them to get familiar with your name because we'd be recommending you out there. But what's happening right now in the Park City and then the Salt Lake City markets?
Well, I'll start with Park City because that's the exciting one, right? Everybody knows Park City. We up in Park City are just still booming. I mean, don't get me wrong, the luxury side of things over the last year kind of slowed down. And as soon, I mean, it was an election year, so, you know, and it was a different one than normal. And so you had a lot of hesitation, or just a lot of people who they were just unsure of where things were going. And literally as soon as the election was over, everything just started picking up and moving again.
Here too,
so, yeah. So it's like up in Park City, or, I mean, in Salt Lake, it was very similar, but you saw luxury move just a little bit more. Up in Park City, same thing. It was just like, as soon as the election was done, and same in the Valley, everything started moving, and it's just been really great ever since. So, you know, in Park City, it's definitely a desirable vacation spot. So you get people from all over the world purchasing and buying like second homes, or, you know, permanent homes. Some people are moving here, especially like over from the West Coast. They're coming out here and deciding to stay. In the Valley, same thing. Our primary state, I would say, would be our feeder market would be California. That would be the biggest one that we get a lot of. But you get more permanent residents down in the Valley than you do up in Park City.
Okay. So Park City, the draw, it's more touristy, or?
It is, yeah. It's a little more touristy,
you
know, but you've got the ski resorts, and you've got kind of all that winter fun. But then in the summertime, you've got beautiful hikes and beautiful scenery. But yeah, you'd see it more touristy up there. However, it's just becoming a permanent destination for a lot of people around the world.
Let's jump over to Salt Lake. Tell us a little bit about Salt Lake City. Who's going there? What the market's like? So
in Salt Lake, we have a lot of locals, obviously, that are purchasing. But when it comes to people out of state, we're getting a lot of people from California. But the West Coast is primarily like the feeder market area. And then you have Arizona and Texas. But California is the place that's truly coming over here. In a lot of deals, and this would be both areas, you see a lot of cash offers. Not as many as we had during COVID, but they're still definitely out there. Or at least 80% cash, stuff like that. You know, the majority is cash. Yeah. So, but yeah, the market down here in the Valley is moving really, really good. Kind of like the needle is slowly moving up in terms of people. It's kind of like if you purchased between 2021 and 2022, you want to keep your home for a little bit longer before you sell it, because you haven't earned the equity just because of how the market has been. But generally here in the Valley, before everything went crazy over COVID, the average rate of return, or like rate of appreciation, was between 8 and 10% a year. So we have
which is significant. Versus the average 3.5 everywhere else.
Exactly. So we've got a really great rate of appreciation. So while it's been nice kind of having the prices kind of sit for a little bit so that people can afford homes, you know, I still want people to get their equity.
Tell me your median price point in Salt Lake versus the median price point in Park City.
The median price point, they're very different. In Salt Lake, you're looking at like $545,000.
Wow.
$545,000. And then up in Park City, you're looking at like $2.5 million.
Okay. So it's a massive, I mean, 5 times difference. That's crazy. Now, tell me a little bit about inventory in Salt Lake. Is inventory still, you know, very low? Do you see more inventory hitting and coming to the market?
Yeah, inventory has started to slowly increase, especially again after the election. But for us, it's springtime when typically, you know, things start to move, because we do have winters, although you wouldn't know it right now. It seems like the East Coast is getting all of our snow. Typically, you know, we had our lull in listings and inventory, but that has definitely started to pick up. Like I just had someone reach out to me via email yesterday asking if I wanted to list their home. So, you know, I'm seeing things moving as well.